sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
11.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Joe Mixon. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
11.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force them into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's 1st and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal. 12. Watch the whip. 12.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Here's Mixon. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
McPherson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
1st down. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now Burrow on first down. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up second and 3.
Here we go. Ready? Ready, set. Check back 6. Here we go.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
11.
Let's go, D.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. And some room to roam now. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the giver speech. But I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we aren't 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than... And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Open man is Uzomah. And he's brought down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field. and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd and 2, Burrow. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Boyle here.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Dobbins.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's yours.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Henry Ruggs.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now.
Next to score, Bengals 9, Ravens 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From his end zone, Wilson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
11 mighty. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight.
Mixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Check. 11.
Here's Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
11 empty. 11 empty.
He's checking. Crash. Check. Kill.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.